Okay, YouTubers, this is the Angryprepper. So, today's video, we're going to talk about are banks failing, or more importantly, are these regional banks failing? So now, guys, for those of you that know, if you're paying attention to Pinball Preparedness, he does very good with this whole financial mess. He understands it a lot better than most prepper channels, including myself. So I only understand bare bones of it, right? And I understand that certain things that happen is going to lead to X, Y, and Z, right? So again, bare bones is what I understand. But what we're watching here, guys, is something that I don't ever recall happening, where all of these regional banks are becoming a liability to the economy. And the banks that are again, supposedly going under, or at the very least losing shares, are seemingly on point to what was said in an article by The Economist about 150 to 200 banks possibly going under, meaning going out of business or going belly up, however you want to look at it. So The Economist, that article came out, I think, a couple of weeks ago, and now we're witnessing these banks follow suit. Now, there are probably about 6, 7 banks right now that everybody's watching closely because they go belly up, guys. That means the other banks soon might. The other smaller banks might. This is a big problem because this is ultimately going to lead to two things, one or the other or both. It's going to lead to the CBDC, which is a centralized banking digital currency system, or a depression, or both. The next Great Depression, or both. Now, the banks that we need to be concerned about, not so much concerned about, but follow, because guys, this is inevitable. So as far as being concerned, that ship has sailed. We're out of Concernville, and we should be in let's get ready for what comes nextville. Now, these are the banks that we should be paying attention to: PacWest Bank, Western Alliance, Metropolitan Bank, Home Street, Zions Bank, KeyCorp, Harbor One, and Citizens Financial. Now, these banks, guys, again, these are smaller regional banks. These are not like the heavy hitters that we know, like Chase, Citibank, or Citigroup, whatever they're called now, Capital One, TD Bank. Those are like powerhouse bank, and Chase being, if I'm not mistaken, JP Morgan, which is owned by Chase, or Chase owns them, sorry. They're like the powerhouse. They're the pinnacle. Now, there are other banks in the United States that are top tier, if you will, but these are smaller regional banks, and these are why we need to watch them, because they're going to be bought out. The problem is, by who, right? Chase just acquired First Republic Bank. They were also rivaling with PNC, which is a smaller bank but big enough to absorb smaller banks that have financial issues. Now, the question is, guys, is this part of the master plan, right? The master plan is to buy these smaller regional banks, probably leave their company name alone, or their brand name alone, but still be run under Chase. So how many banks can Chase buy? How many banks can Capital One or PNC buy, right? How many of these banks can absorb another bank? And if they're absorbing all these banks with government help, that's leading me to believe that they're definitely going to push the CBDC, which the Federal Reserve has already spoken about and wants people to join, right? So they want people to join the centralized banking digital system, or currency system, sorry. They want us to join that. But how do you get us to join that? Well, you get us to join that through a way of absorbing other banks and buying out other banks, so that we're all a part of that system. Because the heavy hitters are already retrofitting their company, or their banks, if you will, to join the central banking digital system, currency system. And is that why they want us on board? So that it's easiest to roll us into that. Instead of having us fight it, we're like, well, our banks are already a part of the system. Oh, well, right? So a part of that system, guys, the FedNow, which is a payment system, and FedCoin, which is the federal cryptocurrency. Is that something that they're trying to roll us into? I'm going to say yes, but again, I could be wrong. So again, guys, are they purposely creating a problem so that they can fix the problem, with the solution of having us all roll in to that one banking system? Now, don't get it wrong. Don't get me wrong, guys. Or don't get it twisted, rather. Sorry. Once you're part of the CBDC, guys, you're part of one banking system. Yes, you'll be under the illusion that you'll be with Capital One, TD Bank, Cap One, PNC, whatever other high-end banking companies are out there. That's the illusion. But you're going to be under one banking system, and that's how they're going to rule us. Because, again, once the federal government is tapped into all of these banks, which these banks are allowing the federal government to do, or most likely will allow the federal government to do, it's game over, guys. You're now part of the CBDC. You're now a part of the FedNow program. You're now part of the FedCoin. Now, FedCoin, they're going to sit there and go, well, we got the U.S. digital dollar. That's going to be the U.S. digital dollar, the FedCoin. They're absolutely going to roll that out onto the U.S. federal, the U.S. digital currency, which will be FedCoin. Right now, if you look up the Federal Reserve, they're saying that it's another currency that they want to offer. Bullshit. We all see where this is going. Anyway, guys, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching this channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.